Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into UiPath.
UiPath.
Yeah, they're a big player in the automation world. We've got their latest press release and their financial report for Q3 2025.
Sounds interesting.
Oh, it is. They're posting some pretty impressive numbers, but they're also rolling out this whole new vision for automation they're calling Agentic Automation.
Agentic automation. So what, like they're giving robots free will now?
Haha, not quite, but they are talking about AI agents that can handle those more complex tasks, make decisions on their own, even adapt to unexpected situations.
Kind of like giving those robots a brain upgrade.
Exactly. And their financials suggest they're in a good spot to make it happen.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, revenue's up 9% year over year, hitting $355 million.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. But the real eye-popper is their annual recurring revenue, the ARR. It's jumped a whole 17%, landing at $1.607 billion.
Wow. Okay, that's serious growth.
It is. And when you think about it, UiPath is already a major force in robotic process automation. Now, with this financial power, they're poised to lead the charge into this new era of agentic automation.
So they're putting their money where their mouth is.
They are. And they've even got a new tool called Agent Builder.
What's that?
It lets developers actually create these AI agents right within the UiPath platform.
So how do you see businesses actually using these AI agents?
Well, just imagine them working alongside human employees, alongside robots, even sophisticated AI models. They could be handling everything from customer service to processing invoices, maybe even tackling complex data analysis. It really opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
You know what else is interesting? They're not going it alone. UiPath has some pretty big partnerships to make this vision a reality.
Like who?
Well, there's SAP, for one. They're integrating UiPath platform with SAP Build Process Automation.
What does that mean?
Basically, businesses can automate processes across their entire enterprise, even if they're using a whole bunch of different systems.
So no more silos.
Exactly. UiPath is thinking big, aiming for company-wide transformation, not just automating bits and pieces here and there. They want to help businesses become fully AI-powered.
Ambitious.
Very. And then there's their partnership with Anthropic, the AI research company. They've integrated Anthropic's Claude 3.5 Sonnet large language model into their products, things like Autopilot for Everyone and Clipboard AI.
Cutting-edge stuff.
Absolutely. And what I find fascinating is that UiPath isn't just going for any AI. Anthropic is known for developing these large language models that are powerful, but also designed with, human values in mind. Responsible AI development seems to be a key focus for both companies.
It's not all just high-level partnerships, though. They're applying this technology to specific industries, too, like healthcare.
Oh, right. I read about that.
They've teamed up with, you guessed it, Anthropic again, to create a solution that uses AI to summarize medical records. Could be a game changer for doctors and nurses who are drowning in paperwork.
Absolutely. Imagine all the time they could save.
Exactly. It could really improve patient care. It's like they're saying, look, this isn't science fiction. Agentic automation is here, and it's ready to make a real difference.
And businesses seem to be embracing this new era of automation.
How so?
Their State of the Automation Professional report revealed that 90% of professionals are already using or planning to use AI in their work.
Wow, 90%. That's a huge number.
It is. It feels like AI is going mainstream, and UiPath is right there on the crest of that wave with this agentic automation vision. It's not just about replacing humans with robots. It's about giving workers the tools to be more effective, more accurate, faster. It's about, using AI to amplify human potential.
I like that.
And UiPath's CFO seems to be pretty optimistic about the future, too.
Oh, yeah. What's he saying?
He's predicting they'll stabilize their net new ARR. Basically, they're confident they can attract new customers, and they're expecting to accelerate their non-GAAP adjusted free cash flow growth in the coming year.
Sounds like they see this agentic automation vision as more than just hype. They think it's a path to real growth.
Yeah, and it's not just about profits either. UiPath is also committed to, training workers to thrive in this new age of automation. For example, they've partnered with Indosat in Indonesia,
Indosat,
the telecom company.
Yeah.
They're aiming to train, get this, 100,000 workers in enterprise automation by 2027.
100,000 workers. That's a serious commitment.
It is. It shows they're thinking about the long-term impact of automation on the workforce.
So it looks like UiPath is firing on all cylinders. Strong financials, a bold vision, the partnerships, and they're committed to helping workers adapt. That's a pretty powerful combination.
It is. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a closer look at UiPath's financial performance in Q3 2025.
Good idea. The numbers will give us a clearer picture of their strength and, their ability to actually deliver on this ambitious agentic automation vision.
Exactly.
Let's dive into those numbers and see what they tell us. All right, let's break down these Q3 numbers. 9% revenue increase year over year. Might not sound earth-shattering at first glance, but when you think about how fast the automation market is changing,
Yeah,
maintaining that steady growth is actually pretty impressive.
I'd say so.
Shows they're keeping up with the big players and holding their own in this competitive space.
Definitely. Like, they're not just riding the wave, they're navigating it skillfully. What's really impressive is that 17% jump in annual recurring revenue.
Reaching over $1.6 billion.
Exactly. And for a subscription-based business like UiPath, that's the key metric.
Right.
It shows they've got this solid base of loyal customers who are, sticking around and fueling their growth.
And their net new ARR of $56 million really caught my eye.
Yeah, that's a good sign.
They're not just relying on their existing customers, they're bringing in new business.
Absolutely. It tells me they're really connecting with the market and expanding their reach. And it's not just about growth for the sake of growth. It's about UiPath using that financial strength to invest in their future, especially this whole agentic automation thing.
Yeah, that takes resources.
It does, and they seem to be generating them effectively.
Okay, so they're growing, but are they making money? What's the bottom line look like?
Well, their GAAP operating loss was negative $43 million for the quarter. But when you look at the non-GAAP operating income, which takes out some expenses like stock-based compensation, they actually made $50 million.
So profitable if you don't count certain costs.
Yeah.
Why is it important to look at both those GAAP and non-GAAP figures?
Well, because it gives you a more complete picture of their financial health. Sometimes those non-GAAP metrics can reveal the underlying profitability of their core business operations. So you can see how their business is performing, at its heart.
And what about cash flow? Are they generating enough cash to keep things running and, fuel these ambitious plans?
Well, their net cash flow from operations was $28 million for the quarter, and their non-GAAP adjusted free cash flow was even better at $33 million.
Positive cash flow. That's good, right?
Yeah, definitely. It shows they can fund their day-to-day operations and all those growth initiatives without always needing to rely on outside funding.
So it sounds like they're in a pretty strong financial position overall.
I'd say so.
They're growing, they're bringing in cash, and they've got a nice little cushion of over $1.6 billion in cash and marketable securities on their balance sheet.
Yeah.
Gives them some breathing room to maneuver and, invest in this agentic automation vision.
Absolutely. Their financial strength is a major asset in this fast-paced, competitive environment. It lets them, make those strategic acquisitions and invest in research and development.
Yeah, attract the best AI talent.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's not all just about the numbers, is it? They need to be able to actually deliver, to create products that solve real problems for businesses.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Financial strength is important, but it's just one piece of the puzzle. They've got to prove that their agentic automation platform can deliver real value.
So let's dig a little deeper into this whole agentic automation thing. What does it actually mean, and how is it different from that traditional robotic process automation we've been hearing about for years?
Well, think of traditional RPA as a robot, just following a set of instructions. It's great at automating those repetitive, rule-based tasks, like inputting data or creating reports.
Yeah.
But when it comes to tasks that require judgment or making decisions or adapting to changes, traditional RPA just can't handle it.
So agentic automation is like, giving that robot a major upgrade, adding some real thinking skills, problem-solving abilities.
Right. It's about these AI agents that can learn, adapt, and make decisions independently, like giving them a brain boost so they can take on those more complex end-to-end processes, often working with humans, other robots, and even other AI models.
And UiPath's new agent builder tool, that's what lets developers create these AI agents, right?
Yes.
What's so special about it?
Well, it's a big deal because it gives developers the power to build these custom AI agents that are tailored to specific business needs. So imagine a company that wants to automate its customer service. A traditional RPA solution, it might be able to handle those basic inquiries like resetting a password or something.
Right.
But it would struggle with more complex issues that need, understanding a customer-specific situation.
So an AI agent could come in and handle those trickier cases, provide a more personalized and effective solution.
Exactly. An AI agent powered by a large language model like, Anthropic's Claude
Mm.
It could analyze a customer's request, figure out what they really need, and then provide a truly personalized response, even if it means accessing different systems or databases. It's like having a super smart assistant working in the background.
That sounds incredibly powerful, but are there any limits to what these AI agents can do? Are we talking about robots taking over everything?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. AI is still it's a rapidly evolving field. And there are definitely limitations to what AI agents can do today.
Okay.
It's not like they're about to replace all the human
At
workers.
least not yet.
Uh-huh, right. But they can seriously enhance what humans can do and take on a lot of tasks that we used to think were way too complicated to automate.
This all sounds very promising, but I have to ask about the ethical side of using AI agents in the workplace. Are we opening a Pandora's box here?
Well, that's a question that needs to be carefully considered, and UiPath actually addresses that in their press release. They talk about the importance of building AI agents that are secure, accurate, and reliable. And they're also working with partners like Anthropic, who, are known for focusing on responsible AI development.
Good to hear. Sounds like they're aware of the potential issues and are, taking steps to ensure this technology is developed and used responsibly.
It's really crucial for those companies that are at the forefront of AI development to prioritize ethical considerations right from the start.
Where?
The potential benefits of AI are huge, but we need to be careful.
Makes sense.
You've got to make sure these technologies are used for good.
Well said. Okay, so we've talked about UiPath's financial strength, their agentic automation vision, some of the potential benefits and the challenges. Now, let's take a look at those key partnerships they formed.
Okay,
How are they teaming up with other companies to bring this vision to life?
good question. Those strategic partnerships are a critical part of their strategy,
Yeah.
and they really show how UiPath is positioning itself, within the broader AI landscape.
Let's start with SAP. That integration with SAP build process automation seems like a big win for UiPath.
Oh, yeah.
What's the significance of that partnership?
Well, SAP is a giant in the enterprise software market. I mean, tons of large organizations use SAP systems to run their core business processes.
Hmm.
And by integrating with SAP, UiPath is making it so much easier for these businesses to automate processes across their whole company, even if they're using, a mix of different systems.
So it's about breaking down those silos and creating a more seamless automation experience.
Exactly. It's this vision of a world where automation flows smoothly across different departments, different systems, different applications.
No more bottlenecks.
Right. And then there's that partnership with Anthropic, which we mentioned before. Integrating Claude 3.5 Sonnet into their products seems like a really strategic move.
What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Anthropic isn't just any AI company.
Mhm.
They're leading the way in developing large language models that are not only powerful, but also designed with this deep respect for human values.
It's like they're trying to build AI that's not only smart, but also, ethically sound.
Right. And this commitment to responsible AI development
No.
makes their partnership with UiPath especially interesting.
Yeah, it's not just about chasing the most advanced AI. It's about building AI that's safe and beneficial for everyone.
Exactly. We're already starting to see what this collaboration could produce. They've used Claude to improve the capabilities of autopilot for everyone. That's their AI-powered assistant for employees.
Yeah.
And Clipboard AI, which uses AI to understand and pull information from things like text documents and emails.
And they've got that medical record summarization solution, the one we talked about before, specifically for the healthcare industry. It's like they're not just building these generic AI tools, they're tailoring them to address specific industry challenges.
That's what makes this partnership so powerful. They're showing how agentic automation can be used to solve real-world problems in different sectors.
Smart move.
It really showcases their expertise and positions them as leaders in these industry-specific AI applications.
Their partnership with Inflection AI is interesting too.
Yeah.
Integrating their platform with Inflection for Enterprise, that's a new AI system designed specifically for large businesses.
Right. Inflection AI is another company that's making a name for itself in AI.
Yeah.
They're known for their work on large language models and their focus on building AI that's secure, reliable, and easy to use.
And it sounds like this partnership is focused on industries where security is really important,
Absolutely. Integrating with Inflection for Enterprise lets businesses improve their operations without having to compromise on, security or trust.
especially important for industries like healthcare and finance.
Absolutely. Places where data privacy and security are non-negotiable. It's also worth noting that Inflection AI is teaming up with Intel to offer UiPath on their Tiber AI cloud service.
So UiPath could reach even more businesses.
Yeah, especially those that are already using Intel's cloud infrastructure. It's a good move that could really expand UiPath's market and boost adoption.
So UiPath is putting together a pretty impressive network of partners.
They are.
From big companies like SAP to innovative startups like Anthropic and Inflection AI, it's like they're building an AI powerhouse.
Yeah, they're definitely not going at this alone. By working with these other leaders in AI, they're getting access to cutting-edge technology, expanding their reach, and speeding up the development of their agentic automation solutions.
Okay, so they've got the money, the vision, the technology, the partners, but what about the people?
Yeah.
Are businesses actually embracing this shift toward agentic automation? Or is it still just a concept that people are, hesitant about?
That's the big question, isn't it? Let's look at their State of the Automation Professional Report and see what we can learn about how automation professionals and businesses are seeing and using these new technologies.
All right, let's see if this agentic automation vision is connecting with the folks who will be using it. Okay, this report is really something. It's full of insights about automation today. And remember that stat we mentioned before?
Yeah.
A full 90% of automation professionals are either already using AI or planning to use it.
Wow. It shows just how widespread AI adoption has become. It's not some niche thing anymore. It's the norm.
Yeah, businesses across all sorts of industries are realizing the potential of AI to change how they work. I wonder, what's driving this? Is it all about cutting costs? Or are there other reasons?
Well, the report points to a few key factors. Cost reduction is definitely one, but it's not the whole story. 66% of those surveyed said increased productivity was their top priority.
Okay.
Right after that was improving accuracy at 52%, and then faster turnaround times at 47%.
So it's not about replacing humans with robots.
Yeah.
It's about helping people work smarter.
Exactly. It's about amplifying human capabilities with AI. Just imagine employees being able to focus on those high-value tasks, things that require creativity and problem solving,
Yeah.
while AI handles the more routine, repetitive stuff.
You're like UiPath's autopilot for everyone. It seems like a great example of how AI can simplify everyday work and free up people's time.
It is. Think of it as like an AI personal assistant.
Oh.
It can handle all sorts of tasks. Scheduling meetings, booking travel, filling out those tedious forms, even generating reports. Autopilot for homes. Everyone can take care of it.
It sounds like a dream. But let's be real. As these AI agents get more advanced, do we need to worry about job displacement?
Well, it's a valid concern, and UiPath acknowledges it.
They do.
Yeah, in their press release, they emphasize their commitment to training workers for this new automation world.
Okay.
Their partnership with Indosat in Indonesia is a good example. They're aiming to train 100,000 knowledge workers in enterprise automation by 2027.
Wow, that's a huge undertaking.
It is. They're not just building technology, they're thinking about the people too and how to help them thrive.
So they're preparing the workforce for the changes ahead.
Exactly. They know that the success of AI depends not only on technical skills, but also on having skilled people who can manage and work alongside AI systems.
Their CFO seems to believe this agentic automation vision is the right path. He's predicting stabilized net new ARR and faster non-GAAP adjusted free cash flow growth in fiscal year 2026. Pretty optimistic. What do you think?
Well, that kind of confidence when CFO sends a strong message.
Yeah.
It tells investors and customers that UiPath thinks this is a solid growth strategy, and they're putting their money where their mouth is, investing heavily in R&D.
So it looks like UiPath is in a good spot. They're riding the wave of AI adoption. They have a clear vision for the future, a strong network of partners, and they're committed to empowering workers.
It's a powerful combination. They're definitely a company to watch. The big challenge will be continuing to innovate and adapt as AI changes and making sure their products really meet the needs of both businesses and people.
And that brings us to our listeners. What possibilities do you see for AI in your own industry or field? How do you think this move towards agentic automation might change the way you work and interact with technology in the coming years? Food for thought as we step into this exciting new era of AI.
It's a time of enormous potential. We all have a part to play in shaping how these technologies impact our lives and our world.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into UiPath and agentic automation. We hope you found it valuable. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those questions coming. Until next time.